This YCN segment is brought to you by La Valley Building Supply and Middleton Building Supply.
YCN Game of the Week is brought to you by Bubba's Bar and Grill, offering fresh salads, hearty sandwiches, brick oven pizza, entrees, and award-winning seafood chowder. Echo Communications, a digitally integrated commercial printer and mailer located in New London, New Hampshire. MJ Harrington and Company, jewelers and designers since 1948. HR Clough and Kearsarge Heating, your local energy specialist. La Valley Building Supply, home improvement and construction from concept to completion. Raleigh Lakeside Builders, specializing in custom and waterfront homes, shoreline protection, renovations, and full-scale design. Ramontos in Claremont, always fresh, always delicious. Top Stitch Embroidery, the best for your team, and so much more. And by Mascoma Savings Bank. With no shareholders to please, they are committed to remaining independent and to reinvesting profits in our community.
Welcome back, Concord, New Hampshire, YCN Game of the Week. Jeremy Stout, Andrew Zerhide, and Andrew after a first quarter that was really all Kearsarge. 17-8 they lead. Matos with 6 points. He leads all scorers. Kevin McGrath over from Hopkinton. He has 5. If you're Hopkinton, you really got to get something going in this second quarter.
Yeah, you do. I mean, the fact that they've knocked down a couple of threes has them down by 9 here. You really got to try to contain Matos as best you can. Maybe try to double team him. Yeah.
They get it into Matos, but quickly he does get the double team, as you suggested. That ball's tipped up, almost falls in the basket. You're right, nice defense there. And Hawks looking to break, but they don't have the numbers. Got to be careful in this situation. Driving, baseline, tipped up, no good. A little aggressive there. Now Kearsarge has the numbers. That one's swatted away, and I believe that'll be a foul on the Hawks on the shot. So number 15, Sean Higgins, will shoot a pair of free throws. That foul was on Dustin Rose, his first, team's second. First free throw up and off the back iron, gets the friendly roll. Second one coming up here. And Andrew, that last break, Hopkinton, as we see the second one, no good. Hopkinton didn't have numbers, but they tried forcing it. They turn it over, and then Kearsarge has the numbers the other way. They've just got to slow it down, and this transition game is killing the Hawks.
Yeah, Kearsarge definitely not afraid to push the ball up the court.
Nice little dump off. Offensive rebound by the Hawks. And they'll reset it. Another offensive rebound, very nicely done on this possession, but the elbow jumper doesn't fall, and Kearsarge will take it and go the other way. Foul on the floor against the Hawks.
Tune in every week for YCN Sports Talk, focusing on our region's college and professional sports with the Salt Hill Pub NFL Picks of the Week.
Another foul on the floor. That's going to be against McGrath, his first, team's fourth. So 2 fouls in this possession against the Hawks. Can't get into foul trouble. They're going to need all the bodies they can to get back into this one. Nice job by Johnson, dribbling, and then the kick out. 3-pointer no good. Offensive rebound, then it's bobbled, and it's going to be out of bounds. Hopkinton basketball.
So YCN is now affiliated with the Heroes and Icons Network. H&I is your destination for television's heroic characters and iconic stars. All eyes are on H&I.
18-8 our score. Kearsarge all over Hopkinton. Slow start to this second quarter, though. Only 1 point. That was the free throw from Sean Higgins. 3-pointer up, no good. Matos is there to get the rebound, and once again, they'll look to run. Pull up 3, no good. Well, at least for the Hawks, they've been able to stop some of the scoring, but they still haven't had much success on their end until they get one right there. But I believe the foul was going to be called before the shot. Yes, the foul is going to be on Hopkinton there. McGrath's second, team's fifth, and the basket won't count. So really nothing going the way of the Hawks.
If you miss any of our local programs on our 3 YCN network stations, you can always watch our YCN shows and games anytime on our website, ycnnow.com.
Nice movement there, and the dribble drive, number 34, Noah Tremblay. He's got 5 tonight. Second leading scorer behind Matos, 6 points. Once again, moving the ball inside, and there's a couple defenders not able to do anything, and another turnover. This ball will go back to Kearsarge. Kearsarge leading 20-8 inside 5 minutes to play here in quarter number 2. Nice dump off to Matos. He's triple teamed. Gets the shot off, gets his own rebound, and then he'll go back to the line for 2 on the foul. So with 4:41 to play in the second quarter, we'll take a break. You're watching the YCN Game of the Week.
This YCN segment is brought to you by Lake Sunapee Visiting Nurse Association and Hospice.
Welcome back, YCN Game of the Week. Jeremy Stout, Andrew Zerhide. Taylor Matos at the line, connects on his first one, and he's a perfect 3 for 3 from the line. That foul was on Yanakopoulos, his first, team's 6th of the first half. Matos up and good. Good start for Matos, who's had a couple of nice scoring games so far this season, already having a 39-point game, and then a big game in their previous win of the tournament. And Andrew, he's basically, as we talk about, they're going to win or lose with him. If he's on, he's scoring 20, 30 points a night, they're going to go places. But if teams find a way to shut him down, the team, I don't want to say they'll struggle, but they'll have to change their game plan.
Yeah, the Cougars will definitely be forced to hit some outside shots, which they can do, but of course, anyone's shooting night can be off on any certain night.
Zachary Signor with the 3-pointer. 22-11 halfway through this second quarter. 4 minutes to play. Got to get a couple stops. You know, if you're Hopkinton, you're thinking here, cutting it down at the half to 5-6 points, and you're within striking distance. Foul on the floor. That's going to be an offensive foul. Kyle Hernan, his first, team's 4th.
Today's game is being brought to you in part by Mascoma Savings Bank, mutually owned with no shareholders to please. If you want your local game, event, parade, or concert televised into YCN's over 200,000 households, contact us at info@ycnnow.com.
Big chance here for the Hawks to get a bucket. And they take the 3-pointer. That one's short. Michael Baer. Johnson almost gets it stolen away, but he's got some good hands. He gets it back, and they eventually swing it around all the way to the other side. 3-point attempt is off the mark, and once again, Hawks trying to break, and they throw it away, stolen away. Noah Tremblay, who missed the wide open 3. Good hustle on his part. Steal it back, and a nice score on the baseline. That's number 23, Tom Johnson. He's got 6. And the lead is now 24-11. Three-point attempt off the mark. Ball tipped out, then off the Kearsarge defender. That'll go back to the Hawks. We'll take a break. You're watching the YCN Game of the Week.
This YCN segment is brought to you by MJ Harrington and Company, jewelers and designers since 1948.
Welcome back, YCN Game of the Week. Jeremy Stout, Andrew Zerhide, Concord, New Hampshire. Kearsarge Cougars leading the Hopkinton Hawks 24-11. There's a three-pointer, another three. So Hopkinton has figured out what to do, stay behind the three-point line and connect. 24-14, 10-point deficit. Inside to Matos, and he will go to the free throw line. That foul, I believe they call it on Yanakopoulos. Very unhappy crowd here. And Matos will shoot a pair.
The YCN scoreboard sponsors La Valley Building Supply, home improvement and construction from concept to completion, and by Bubba's Bar and Grill, overlooking the beautiful Newberry Harbor on Lake Sunapee.
Matos hits another one. Second free throw up, and he doesn't get that one to fall. He's got 9 points tonight. The ball falls out of bounds, goes to the Hawks, who trail by 9. Still within striking distance. A little bit of a run, and could have a game at the half. And that one's tipped. Looked like Yanakopoulos and Johnson were going for it, and it's going to be out on Tom Johnson, so it'll be Hopkinton basketball.
Well, I think the Hawks, for the most part, have done a nice job of containing Matos, only scoring 7 points here so far, I believe. He's really known for going off, so nice job by them so far.
Yeah, he's missed some close ones, that's for sure, and it's probably because that Hopkinton Hawks defense double teaming. And that one was kicked away. I believe that's going to be a kick ball, and that's going to stay with the Cougars, or excuse me, with the Hawks.
Hey, local sports fans, 94.5 ESPN's Franklin and House Sports Talk Show can be seen on YCN's WYCX Outside Television at 5 p.m. every weekday. Tune in daily and get up to date on what's happening in sports.
Three-point attempt, and that one's good. Number 10, Zachary Signor. And it's an 8-point game. Tom Johnson, nice drive inside, doesn't get it to fall. Rebound goes to the Hawks. 1 minute to play here in the half. No number, so smartly pull it back and reset the offense. A lot of talent on this Hopkinton team. They just need to get some of their shots to start dropping, and they can score in a hurry. Slipped up at the top of the key. Bear, but he's able to regain. The three-point attempt, and that's Signor again. Another three. And it's a 25-20 game. Kearsarge will hold for the last shot. 10 seconds to play in the half. I don't imagine if the Hawks can get a stop here and get out of this half, only down 5, they would take it. After the start, three-point attempt is up. Woo! And it's good. Ben Carl came off the bench, and he hits the big three just before the buzzer sounds, and that's going to do it for the first half. Cougars lead the Hawks 28-20 at halftime from Concord, New Hampshire. We'll take a break, come back with halftime and some statistics right after this. You're watching the YCN Game of the Week.
This YCN segment is brought to you by Mount Sunapee Resort. Fun for all seasons.
Welcome back to Concord, New Hampshire. Jeremy Stout, Andrew Zerhide. We are at halftime here between the Cougars and the Hawks. Cougars leading the Hawks 28-20, and Andrew, Kearsarge really broke it open early. Looked like Hopkinton was going to come back in there, only down 5, then a big three at the buzzer. by the Cougars. So I guess if you're Kearsarge, you're happy with the 8-point lead. If you're Hopkinton, there's a glimmer of hope. You might be able to come back in the second half.
Yeah, Kearsarge really came out strong in this game in the first quarter, scored a ton of points, and then they kind of slowed down in the second, and the Hawks really started to knock down some shots. So the fact that it's only an 8-point game, I think that's really good for Hopkinton. And really, if the Hawks can really continue to hit threes, I think they're going to be pretty good, and really allowing just 9 points to Matos and 6 to Johnson. That's pretty good. Those two score a ton of points, so I think the Hawks really just down by 8. I think it's positive for them.
Right, you were saying during the broadcast that Matos, if he's only got like 8-9 points at halftime, and this guy who scored 39 points in one of his games. So you're right, 15 points from their two best players. That's got to be that silver lining. So in this second half, what do you have to do to continue and try and come back if you're the Hawks?
So they just got to continue to play good defense, and their offense has just been solid enough. If they can continue to grab boards and contain Matos, I think they have a shot to come back.
Yeah, they're getting a lot of offensive rebounds, and their shots are just missing. So if that starts falling, it could be a whole different second half. We'll take a break, come back with the second half of the Classic here in Concord. 28-20, Kearsarge leading the Hawks on the YCN Game of the Week.